Ducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. You're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
It's a dramatic pause.
Yeah, it's a dramatic effect.
Pregnant pause. How to get pregnant, Tony.
Well.
What have you been doing with the pauses?
Why don't you show me, big boy?
I love pauses.
You know,
I love them a lot. I'm a pausophile.
A pausophile? All right. I already don't know what we're talking about.
Well, it's like when me and Joe Winchell, whenever we talk about, that's what me and Joe have in common. We're cinephiles. That is, we love to fuck film.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. John Russillo, good morning, guys. Happy to say yesterday you got 4 new subscribers. They love the show, and we are watching today.
Oh, sorry. We're about to lose 4 subscribers.
Yeah, they have not.
This guy fucks film.
The Russillo family has not been exposed to Andy yet. So,
Sorry.
Paula, my apologies to you right now.
Hey, Paula. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think it's a great song. It wouldn't be on my top 20 or 50 even.
I like how you're like trying to make me feel bad that I like a song that you think is.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad at all.
No, I see it.
I would just, no.
All right. I trust you for now.
For now, because I'm totally lying to you. Yeah. Welcome to the Knockem Day Comedy Show, everybody. It's Friday. The phone lines are open. We're hanging out. We're checking out the comments on YouTube. We have a comedian coming in that neither one of us know. So we're going to have some fun today. It's Friday. Andy's here. I'm here. If you're watching on Facebook, we appreciate that. Please follow the Facebook page and do all that stuff that you do on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up. And no matter which way you're watching, please share the link to the show. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows, like John did. John has spread it to his family. And
That's very sweet of you.
Just like his diseases, he spreads it to his family. Andy has a new coffee mug, he says. Yep.
Yeah, actually, it's my wife's, but yeah.
He stole it from his wife. But it's not a fire hydrant, John. It's not a fire hydrant.
No, but this looks space age.
It does look space age.
Yeah, what is this? Oh, yeah, this was, we got this at Anime Boston. The anime festival convention that we went to Easter weekend, so we wouldn't have to visit with family.
Yeah, I remember that. That's awesome.
Oh, what are you thinking?
Fremder pulled his comment out. Nice shirt, Andy. You look like a Flintstones chewable.
Dude,
That's funny.
It's a gorilla shirt, and this morning I was getting the girls on the bus. And the bus driver, whose name is Karen, and she kind of has that like battle axey kind of vibe to her. I love her; she's the best. And like she's like I stand, she's like right there, and she goes,
"Oh wow!"
I'm like, holy shit, Karen! Fucking, she's got to be like in her 60s,
and she likes gorillas.
Karen, fucking, and I was like, ah.
And then you were all hard for her.
Yeah,
Tony, I like your shirt. I never knew how black Long Island really is.
I think we all know it isn't.
Yeah, right, true.
There should be like red lines all through that.
It's actually, whoops.
Oh,
wait.
Maple.
Here. Right there. It's actually an anchor shirt. This is Camp Anchor.
Camp
Anchor.
That's a cool, I like the simplicity in the design there.
Mm-hmm. That's where it is. Yeah, Lido
This
Beach.
is where I'm from.
This is where I'm going to be. Yeah, it's a Camp Anchor shirt. It's a special needs camp that my daughter goes to every summer long. Andy, how did your show go? Oh, there you go. Thanks, John. I was going to ask.
Last week. I had a couple of shows, but Friday was great because I did the shit I had to do at work.
Right.
Came here. I think we had a great show. Had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Then I went home, took a nap, and I went to my show back here in the Giggle Room, Uncle Terry. I think I had I did really well.
Nice.
It wasn't. I obviously did fantastic, but and on my way out, I actually texted you right after it happened.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the club, James, as I was leaving, who by the way he does not know who I am. As I'm walking out,
I have a hard time believing that.
He goes, "Hey, we haven't seen you in a while. You got to come around."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay." Okay, I will.
All right, so if he said that, why do you think he doesn't know who you are?
I could think he like he's like, oh right, that's the guy with the mustache and the kind of wacky hair. So
Okay.
But I will say I was dressed the part of a comedian. I was wearing my awesome gray pants. I had my Mothman black shirt on. I had a fucking blazer on.
He likes that.
The hair was fucking perfect.
Do we have any pictures?
No, I didn't. Somebody, you know what? Mandy Jones took. I love Mandy. I really like it. I don't get to see her enough. I know. She's been difficult with some stuff, but I like in my
I'm
relationship.
cool, Mandy.
No, but I'm talking about with all of like everything. You know, like it's always been. Thing.
Yeah, she used to have a show in here, but that unfortunately had to go. But,
Yeah,
but I'm cool with Mandy.
Though that's I just addressing any kind of. Though I don't think anybody who is watching probably was around for the Mandy era.
Yeah, it is. It seems like ancient history at this point.
Well,
too.
we were just talking right before.
Well, true.
This is hilarious because I often say I am not a fan of live music, and Tony's because Tony like exists for
pretty much
music and live music at that.
Live entertainment.
Yeah, and
music, comedy.
I
sports.
get it. I like performing for that, but I don't like being in the crowd for it.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I hate crowds, but I love live entertainment.
Well, because I think if you're performing, you have a different entrance.
Well, yeah, if you're performing, yeah,
you're
it's a whole
talking to
different
people
experience,
only
yeah.
that you have to, that you know,
Right.
that you have to. Like, I don't want to be out like.
Right.
Yeah, okay, you're touching me. Stop touching me. But we were talking about my favorite live performance to watch is, and I wish I was there for it, is at the Grammys a few years ago, where it was Kendrick Lamar and Imagine Dragons doing, and I can't remember the Kendrick Lamar. I'm not as much a fan of Kendrick Lamar as I am Imagine Dragons, but they mashed up one of his songs and Radioactive by them, and they're all dressed in white, and the lighting and the smoke and everything, and so I'm explaining it to Tony. He goes, that was was it like 2-3 years ago?
Well, I'm just glad that I remembered it.
Yeah, no.
Because I remember I said to you, yeah, they wore white. That was awesome.
When is actually insignificant.
That's right.
It actually is.
Let's go with that.
Who knows? Maybe you only saw it 2 or 3 years ago. But then I go, well, actually, it's more than 5. Then I played it, and I looked in the YouTube fucking thing, and it said 2014. It was 10 years ago.
Couldn't believe it.
But, I mean, me too. Look, I said 5 years.
Right.
I'm half wrong.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm wrong all the time, and I'm used to it. Fremder, I was a fly on the wall for that whole thing. What does that mean?
I'm going to need
Bruce Taylor said there's no way you can make that hair perfect. First off, that's a great shot of you.
Yes, Mandy's fucking the best.
And yeah, and that maybe that's why James didn't recognize you, because you were dressed normal and dressed good.
Probably. No, she only got me with the guitar, I think.
So you're saying James remembers you because of the mustache and the hair, but you're saying what? That he should know, that's the guy that's in there with
Not
walking
should. No, God, no.
No, all right. But
No. I don't have a presumption of... I've never had. When I see somebody from high school, I will go up to them, or another part of my life, and I'll go, hey, listen, Andy Plagainos.
Oh, I
and
do the same
will
thing.
mention where we know each other.
Yep, I do the same thing.
Are you? Because even it might not even be. And but usually I'm right. And they're like, oh, yeah, oh, wow, oh, okay. And you could let them off the hook.
Right.
That's like my best wingman move is, and I used to have them with my best friend all the time. Somebody would walk in, be like, fuck, I don't know who that is. So what I would do is as they approach, and they obviously knew, hey, Rob, and I'd be like, I would step in front of them and go, hey, how's it going? I'm Andy. Yep. And they're forced to give their name.
Right.
And he'd always be like, oh, my God, thank you so much.
Oh, I say that to every time I'm with somebody and I see somebody I know, I immediately, look, don't get insulted if I don't introduce you. I just don't remember their name. I do that all the time.
I take that as when somebody says that, I go, okay, I don't know that person also.
Right.
So if I step in and just am like socially awkward for like a quarter of a second, and I'm going to be funny Andy anyway, so they're going to be like, hey, your friend is really forward, but cool. It works like a charm.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to have used it with some of like the comedians, like the younger guys. And like, I think it's just like a master level kind of move that they're like, That was amazing.
Lisa just doesn't care, so she'll just stand there. She's like, I don't give a shit who that is. I don't give a shit who these
Boy,
people
that
are in
sounds
your
really
world.
helpful also. Boy, I want Lisa to be my fucking wingman.
Oh, yeah, and I'll just stand there, hey, yeah, good, how are you? As I'm sitting there scrambling in my head, who is this person again? And the worst part is I'm very good with faces. Most of the time I'll tell you where I know them from.
Right.
But I couldn't tell you their name. But there are plenty of times I'm like, I'm telling you, I know that person. I can't tell you where or how, but I'm telling you, I know that person. Right. And, and then either they'll eventually come to me or I'll just walk away, never figuring it out. Yeah.
But that was a great. I had a great night, and then I left here. Because,
Carol says congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you
on
so
having
much.
a great night.
And so I left out of here because Billy was on a John Butera show. Chris Roach was headlining. Kelpie was on it. It was like it's a family show.
Yeah, right.
So they were at the Port Jeff Bowling Alley, 2 blocks from my mom's house, 5 minutes from my house. So I shot out there as fast as I could. I got there in the middle of Roach. Then we went and we bowled.
Oh, that's
for
fun.
like 45 minutes.
That's
Roach,
fun.
Butera, Kelpie, Billy, and me. And
I'm going to guess Butera was the best bowler.
Yeah, well, dude, he's like, yeah, I really don't do good on synthetic lanes. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
so every time
goodness.
he fucked up, I go, I'd be like, synthetic lanes, right?
Yeah.
He was regretting saying it for the rest of the night. So just every time it was like, stupid synthetic lanes. And then like Kelpie, Billy, and I were horrible, right? And we were on one side, Butera and Roach were on the other. And
Roach probably just has to lay the ball down because he's so tall. His arm probably goes down half the length of the lane.
Once he got going, he was really good.
Yeah, I believe it.
But we Kelpie was like gutter ball, and I'm like, don't worry, Kelp, these are synthetic lanes. But Butera ended up, and you got to check out Butera's social media because he posted a couple of pictures and then a video of Billy, and it was like Billy's only strike.
Oh, really?
But it was perfect.
Oh,
it
that's
was
funny.
Fucking amazing. We had it was like a great comedy day. Like,
right.
I started.
Oh, that is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother is the type that you can't stand behind him when he bowls because the ball will fly out of his hands.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can recall a few times that's happened.
They were making fun of me because I've adopted Steve Buscemi's approach from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
That kind of like little skip.
Right.
And they're like, what are you jogging up there? I'm like, none of you have watched The Big Lebowski. Because that's fucking Donnie's move. It's Donnie's approach. We did have a little bit of a creak, and it was an uncertain creak of the door.
It was definitely the
We're in here.
The outside door. I told him to look for the sliding glass doors.
Well, he's probably looking down. He might be looking down that way.
Yeah, maybe he's looking at all the pictures in the hallway. So we're expecting a comedian by the name of Darnell Morris.
Let me look.
No, fuck it.
All right.
Well, actually, yeah, because
first timers they get.
Yeah, and then I get yelled at. Remember when those Jersey guys? I got yelled at because the guys from Jersey were walking around, and they walked into the club without permission. Nope. That wasn't the back door?
It was the back door, but
it sounded like the back door to me, but usually I can usually see the reflection in the hallway of outside, and so that's when I'm like, did I hear the back door? And then I'll look this way and I'll see the light.
You're like Johnny Get Your Gun. Like you have this whole like experience of the world through like these angles and reflections.
Oh yeah, totally. Just in this room.
Right.
You probably weren't watching at this point yesterday. Did you see who showed up yesterday?
No.
Sitting here with. Oh wait a minute. Was it yesterday? No, Wednesday.
I definitely wasn't because that was Inside Out. We were at Inside Out.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with Mike. We had maybe 15 minutes left in the show, and I heard the door, and I see the whiteness, of outside. So I'm looking
because we are on Long Island.
Well, right, exactly. Joey Cola and Richie Menavrini.
Oh, wow.
I was like, holy shit! What
a waste on Mike.
Oh, totally. Well, not completely because they didn't come in to see me. They just want Richie Menavrini, a godfather, one of the godfathers of Long Island comedy.
OG.
He was in town, so Joey just wanted to come hang out at the club for a few minutes and reminisce a little bit. But
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
so they were literally in this room for 30 seconds, and then they went on with their day. But then I said to Richie, because I never met him before, I said, I would love to get you on this show. And I've actually asked him in the past, but he said he'll be back in town in August, so he said he'll be happy to come in.
Cool,
so I thought that was cool. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm good as to be expected. I just want to comment. You know, I watch Fender's, or I look at Fender's comments every day, and he's a very funny comedian, and I love all of his comments, with the exception of today. He mentioned, and you guys didn't read it yet, he mentioned something about Andy's mustache.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah. I was going to get to it.
Okay. Well, I hope Fender, naturally, he's listening. Fender, that's a terrible thing to say. Andy has a wonderful mustache. His hair is all fucked up, but his mustache
This is very
fabulous.
fucking hip.
It is very, very good. So, Fender, you're 100% wrong. All right. And Andy, you're amazing.
Thanks.
All right. I'm very happy you had a good show. And someday, like I say to all you guys, I hope I'm well enough to see some of you guys. And but no, Fender, you're wrong about Andy's mustache. If you want to comment on his hair, you're better off. Talk to you later, guys. Love your show.
Or lack thereof. Say hi to Nurse Ratchet for us.
and Paula. All right. Our guest has arrived.
Ew.
Darnell Morris is here, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Andy Plagainos. Nice.
You don't have to wear that if you want to. My mic's attached.
They're actually like hot.
I mean, if I
we can all
it's up
hear
to
each
you.
other.
Oh, help if I turn your mic on.
Okay.
There it is. All right, Darnell. All right, first question for Darnell Morris. He just walked in. Just as I put him on camera, what was that? What did you just do there?
It was definitely lotion.
Is that what it
I
was?
caught some of that.
I'm black. We got a bathe in
Smells
lotion.
good. Which one is it?
That's a sweet cherry.
Sweet cherry. I like that.
Sweet cherry.
Jergens. This is generic, but
Now, are you looking at Andy in the red shirt and thinking that's a sweet cherry?
that is a sweet cherry.
It's a little bitter.
Andy's turning me on a little bit here.
You're not the first.
Well, it's the mustache. That's
And I
what
hope
we were
not
just
the
talking
last
about.
either.
How are you guys?
Doing well. How about
What's up
yourself,
with you?
man?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah?
Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for asking to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
The Bronx. I could get to Connecticut faster. So I want
That's
to
true,
apologize
man.
for the lateness.
No, it's cool.
no.
It's cool. No, you're right on.
But this
no,
is important
perfect.
to me. This is the first time I've ever been to Governor's Club.
Oh,
You've never been here before?
Never been invited.
Really?
Never. I would love to perform here, but I haven't been invited yet. But it is something on my radar.
Well, all right. So I saw you just did something with Criticos.
Oh, Greg.
He's
Greg is awesome.
He's performed here. Go yell at him. Go bitch at him for never putting you up with him.
Listen to me. Me and Greg, we have our own relationship here.
Everybody has their relationship.
Come on, say it. Say it. He's a dick. Just say it.
Nah, Greg is cool.
No, I'm kidding.
Greg, if he was a dick, I would say he was a dick, but I got a show with him next week, so I can't do all of that with
So
you.
ask me next week is what I'm saying.
Yeah, ask me on the 29th. Nah, Greg is cool people.
Hell yeah.
Greg is always fair, and he's like, I love anybody who supports the arts.
He's a character, but he's one of those people that just like loves completely, you know?
Absolutely, and he's
So-
funny as hell.
Yeah. Yes.
And I've gotten the chance to, I've known him for, just a little background, right? So my very first show was at Broadway Comedy Club.
Okay.
In 2000.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So I moved to Georgia. I lived there for 10 years. When I came back to New York, not that Greg was the host then, but he's the host now, but the Broadway Comedy Club continued to show me the same love as if I never left.
Very nice. That's great.
So, and Greg was the pioneer behind that.
Oh.
And Greg is always the first one to reach out. Hey, you got time? You
got
got
time,
time?
you got time,
You got time?
You're a
Come over
suspect.
here. Yeah, right.
You're a suspect. You and your Rangers hat.
You know, I need 4 people or 2
Yeah.
people or whatever it is.
Yep.
I mean, just ask. Just see who you can bring.
Yeah, I got it. I'll just flip me a 20. Okay, cool. Greg is cool, though. But they showed me the same love when I came back, and it was
Nice.
like I never left. So Broadway Comedy Club will always be a home to me.
Very cool.
All right. So explain that. So you're doing your thing. You're doing comedy.
Mm-hmm. And Pornhub and OnlyFans.
Oh, I knew you looked. See, that's why I knew your face. And then, what then took you to Atlanta? A woman? Like, what made you give it?
What
all
else
up?
would bring me to Atlanta?
Exactly.
My
and then you broke up, so then you came back.
He's got it all down. What? It's like he's reading my
like an
mind.
open
It's
book.
every
Yeah.
comedian story, man. Every comedian.
My ex-wife, God bless her soul, she's still alive.
I'm sorry.
I'm working on it.
I'm sorry.
I'm working on it.
Because they caught Rex Human before he had a chance to go to your wife's house.
Yeah, no, but she had a dream job. She's a technical designer in fashion. So her dream job was Carter's. She works in children's clothing. So they offered her a gig. And I mean, at the time, I was working for Family Dollar in the South Bronx.
Oh.
So she's like, you want to go? I was like, I ain't got nothing
So
else.
you gave up your lucrative future at Family Dollar for some fucking random technical fucking whatever? I wasn't really listening.
Exactly. so we go down there. And I mean, honestly, I don't regret the marriage. I regret the result. But it was such an experience there. Once I got down there, like I had just got my feet a little bit wet here in New York in comedy.
Right.
In Atlanta, I exploded.
Nice.
Really?
And not only that, I got a job with CBS Radio down there because I have a 20-year broadcasting history.
Right. Sweet.
That's what my college degrees are in and shit like that. So it was all working, until it didn't.
Right.
And then once it separated, it was like, okay, we didn't have any family down in Georgia, though.
Like, I wonder if Family Dollar still needs a guy.
Yeah. Okay. Not this guy. Not this guy. They wanted me to fight off criminals. I said, I'm not Batman.
No.
Anybody that's willing to steal a $1 bar of soap, they have nothing to lose. I'm not going in for this.
Haven't you ever seen their eyes?
Yeah, right.
They're dead.
Right?
They're like shark's eyes.
I said,
they're like doll's eyes.
And you know what? Right as soon as I started there at Family Dollar, because I was only there for about a year. I've had 48 jobs in my life. Nice. I keep track of them. I'm trying to get to 50. I'm even thinking, can I get to 100? But
I think if you try.
Yeah, Family Dollar was definitely the worst, though. But as soon as I started the job, there was a manager that got fired because he tried to stop a burglar. The burglar stabbed him in the face.
Yeah, that'll get you fired.
The corporate office called and said, we don't tolerate you
getting stabbed in the face.
We don't tolerate. We don't want you to mingle it in with criminals, but they want us to stop theft. So they asked the general manager at that store to go up there and fire him, and the general manager said, "I'm not doing that." They had to send somebody from, I think, their corporate office in North Carolina to go to the hospital to fire him while he was in the hospital.
I mean, they must have really hated him.
There's a lawsuit there somewhere. Come on.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but you want me to stop crime? I don't think. No, come on. Come on. Are we drinking this morning?
You can if you want. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
All this way I done came. That traffic, please. Cheers.
Are you driving back?
And I hope you drove, is I guess what I was.
No. I have a chauffeur.
Nice.
You have a chauffeur.
In my mind.
See, I've got
live?
multiple personality
Get the hell out of here in enough time.
It's going to be
Darnell is drinking. Raymond is not.
There should be 5 cops waiting outside this place when you get out of here.
All the guys who listen.
So we can tell who's going to be snitching first. Right. Raymond is giving Darnell up immediately. This is a nice setup you guys got here, though. Thank you for having me. Seriously,
this is great. Well, all right. Before we go any further, Darnell Morris is here, ladies and gentlemen. That's who we're hanging out with this morning. A comedian from the Bronx.
Let's clear that up. So, born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. So I claim Queens. I live in the Bronx.
We have one of our viewers, John Rusiello. He wants to know, where in the Bronx do you come from?
Well, I live currently in Co-op City. So Co-op City, I got a nice little 2-bedroom condo right there on the water. Ooh. I know the Bronx had this negative connotation.
No, Co-op City is the whitest part of the Bronx, isn't it?
No, God.
Well, it was when I was a kid, I feel like.
Oh, maybe it was, but now, no, it's like 99.2% black.
Nice.
Which is cool, but people always give this negative connotation of the Bronx, and I want them to keep that energy right there because we need our rent prices low. Yeah. But the reality of the situation is the Bronx is so expansive and it's so big. People focus on like the South Bronx by Yankee Stadium.
Right.
I would rather die than live over there. Okay, I'd live in a tent under the bridge before that happened. But there's like those little pockets, and that's what you focus on. But where I live, I mean, I have 2 little girls. I got 2 daughters, 10-year-old, 5-year-old, Cece, Milan, High. I hope I get a snippet of this so I can send it to them.
Daddy's morning drinking.
Well, that's nothing new to
them. They're like, okay,
they're the reason Daddy's morning drinking.
They're like, that definitely is Daddy because he's whacking back a Corona.
Right? Yeah. It wouldn't be me if it wasn't. Yeah. But I also drive for Lyft and Uber when I'm bored.
Nice.
when I'm bored. Just because
Keep it moving.
keep it moving, and it gives me material
Right.
out the
I don't
butt.
doubt
Right?
it.
It gives me material out the ass. So, but I've gotten a chance to see a lot of the Bronx, and it's so big. So where we live last summer, 5 minutes from where we live, I'd like to take my girls out and give them every experience I can. We were out horseback riding,
Nice.
fishing.
Cool,
we're
cool,
right by
cool.
City Island with all
Yeah.
the fancy, seafood
But
restaurants.
frogs next with the 2 G's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but there were so many different places, and the Bronx probably has more $1 million homes than any other borough.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No. Once you get out of those little pockets, the Bronx is so expansive. I'm talking about yards.
Riverdale is. Didn't you read Archie comics?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
Yeah. So
Jughead and all them.
if you can get your mind outside of the ghetto part of it,
Right.
then it's actually really you can get to some really nice.
My
places
brother
there.
worked at Montefiore at the
Montefiore,
hospital. Yeah,
yeah.
Montefiore, whatever. It's in the Bronx.
They have like 50 different locations out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's
Well,
expansive, yeah.
but it was interesting because I took public transportation to go see him, and I was like,
Oh,
okay.
First of all, let's start with the public transportation.
And I got out, and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking nice over here, right by the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's
Which
like all
one were you at?
doctors.
Do you remember? Was it at 1150 Water Street?
It's whatever major kind of through road from. Like,
Was there a train station by it?
Yeah, of course.
That's 1150 Water Street. That's a nice spot.
Yeah.
Do you go to City Island and Orchard Beach?
I do go to City Island and Orchard Beach. That's some of the best seafood you got out there.
Oh wow.
Orchard Beach is actually, I went there for the first time this spring, okay, because it was always the ghetto beach. And I see why. It is the ghetto beach. I wouldn't, but it's so close to my house. And I mean, if you get there, the problem with Orchard Beach is this. It's very small. So you guys have Jones Beach out here. You have Long Beach out here. Robert Moses.
Fire Island. Yeah.
And it just,
Smith's Point.
yeah, and it's just expansive because I used to live out here. I used to live in Hempstead.
Oh, okay.
And Freeport. So it's expansive. But I mean,
It's
Orchard
like saying the South Bronx. I just want you to know.
Right. But Orchard Beach, I could literally stand on one end and look and see the other end of the beach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So now you try and cram 100,000 people in there, it gets real ghetto real quick.
I used to work in Hempstead, and I loved it. I loved it. Because it's like it was fun.
Hempstead has two different layers now. Okay,
Yeah.
so I lived right on the border of Hempstead and Uniondale. Okay, right by the old hospital on Front Street. That's not there anymore.
Yeah, by Jim's Deli.
Yes. So that was a cool spot over there, right?
Love Jim's Deli.
And the only bad part of Hempstead I've ever really seen, and I lived there for about 9 years, something like that, right by the train station. Right by the train station,
Yes.
you're probably going to get murdered.
Yes.
But
That's anywhere in the world.
yeah, right.
By the
no,
train station?
Well, by the train, yeah. And that part of Hempstead, I can recall several times working in that area because I worked for the phone company, so I was all over the place, where you would actually hear gunshots. Like,
Yeah. It wasn't July 4th.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It was July 4th on January 2nd.
What was that? Terrace Avenue? Was that the name of it?
Terrace Avenue.
That was like
You could literally go down there and see garbage cans, like the old
Metal one?
metal ones, just on fire. It was something out of like Mad Max movie.
So where are you originally from?
Flushing, Queens.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Wow,
all
you-
right.
You've been around, man.
Yeah.
Flushing, Queens. So you're a Met fan.
I am a Met fan.
Oh, I am so sorry.
It's tough. I'm not going to hold you. It's tough every year.
I live in New York and can't get Met games. Go fuck yourselves. What's that about?
Well,
That
I
was
mean,
a post of
Is that
yours.
cable?
Oh, is that it's
Is
a
that
cable,
a cable thing?
Yeah. Well, you guys really did some research.
Oh,
here.
I stalk.
No, he's a stalker motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I have it here. Studied MBA marketing at University of Phoenix. Let's see. Darnell Morris Productions, former broadcaster, producer at CBS, worked at WHPC. Did a show at Criticos. Recently moved to the Bronx. Road Rage Chronicles. You did a comedy competition a couple of months ago. Yeah,
It's creepy.
You're worried about me. You better be worried about him.
No, I've been. Keep your
Although-
friends close.
But speaking of stalking and stuff, like I said, you actually reached out to me about coming in here. So how did you?
I stalk every comedy page.
You gotta.
That's how we get here, man. I mean, that's always been me. Like comedy for me, it's not like a thing. It's a lifestyle.
Oh,
So if I'm going to be about it, and I'm going to be about it. So when I'm active and I've been active for the last couple of years, like 10 years now.
Right.
You got to be aggressive with this because
there's no other way to do it.
There's a million comedians.
Yeah.
And there's a million posts saying, "Hey, you want to do this? You want to do that?" So I work at night, obviously. So during the day, what I do is troll. I troll. So when I see a post, I want to be the first one on that. Yeah, I want to be at this show. Yes, I want to actively be there. I care about this, and I want to be here.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought this might have been remote until yesterday.
Oh, is that what you thought we were going to Zoom?
I thought we were going to Zoom.
Oh, you should have. Did you tell me that? Yeah, because we could have done that.
Don't tell me that now. Okay, now I'm here.
Well, now it's an adventure.
Now I paid a toll, and I have to drive home drunk. So now
I have to drive home drunk.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the day drinking. Cheers.
How long did it take you to get here?
55.
That's actually not bad.
That's fucking
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Getting back's going to blow, though, because this is Friday. This is Long Island.
Is he trying to be a part of the problem or a part of the solution?
That's what he does.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
But we're going to get all of the people starting to head out east. So you're going to get like the mass exodus, but there's also going to be people from here who are trying to get off of the island to go elsewhere.
You know what? I don't mind it though because I bought my good car today.
Oh, nice!
So it's a sweet ride. So I got back heat and.
You got a pen to hit or anything like that?
No. I would fall asleep and drive right off the cross island. What are you talking about? When I get home though.
Right on.
When I get home though. But no.
Parrot.
I don't mind this. Listen to me. This was an hour drive out here today. My kids live in Washington Heights. I live in Co-op City. It took me 2 hours to get them home yesterday. So an hour is nothing. And I mean,
holy moly!
And you brought up the comedy competition I won. That was in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Oh, was it the Comics Roadhouse?
Yeah,
nice. Hey, last comic standing or something
like that.
Comics.
Did you say you won?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Congratulations!
Yeah, look at that.
Thank you. So I'll actually be back there hosting. That was a part of the prize package on August 15th.
Very nice.
So I'll actually be opening up hosting for comics on August 15th. And I mean, it was pretty dope. And it was the dopest part about for me wasn't even just the winning part. It was my family coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, like we drove from New York, because for a long time, my family is very blue collar. Right, so you got a state job, you got a city job, whatever you want to do, banking. That's it.
Yep.
So I was like the first one in my family who was like, "You guys look miserable," and I don't want that for me.
Right.
I'd rather be miserable. I'd rather be happy and broke than rich and happy. And working in radio for 20 years, I've seen that. I work for the Scott.
What happened?
It's rich and miserable.
Rich and miserable.
You're like I don't want to be rich and happy.
Yeah, no,
basically what you just
I don't want to be rich and miserable. Because I used to work for, and shout out to the Scott and Todd show.
Oh, that's what you worked on?
I worked. That's one of several radio stations I worked on, but I worked for the Scott and Todd show.
Wow.
And Scott is the most miserable bastard I've ever seen in my life. Not Scott. I'm sorry, Todd.
Oh,
Scott
really?
Was cool.
It doesn't matter. These are not real people to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Todd was the most.
See, I always thought Scott was a dick.
Oh. No. Scott was cool.
Really?
Wait, which one is the skinny one?
No,
That's Todd.
That's Todd. Yeah,
that's Todd. Yeah, no, Scott was cool.
Is that how he fell apart? No, Howie was strong.
No. Scott was actually really cool.
Oh, okay.
I really appreciated him. He always looked out for the interns. I was an intern there at that point.
Okay. Wow.
And Scott was always really cool. Most of the people, they were really cool. Todd, it's not that he wasn't cool. He was cool too.
He was named Todd.
He was miserable.
Right.
Like one day he was bitching and moaning about this Mercedes-Benz truck that he had gotten for free from Mercedes because it was too slow or something like that. But that was the general tone of everything, and it was just he's just a miserable person. And I was just like, bro, but I'm 18, I'm 17, I'm 18. I'm not gonna say anything.
I rode a bike here, you son of a bitch.
Right?
You got
I got on the train at 2 a.m. to get here by 5.
Right.
And then I got bitched at because I got there too early.
Right.
So. I've seen all walks of lives. I've worked for Hot 97.
Cool.
I want to send a shout out to WHBC though. WHBC.
Yep.
That is National Communities College, 90.3 WHBC FM.
Yep.
If you ever get a chance, that's where I actually got my start in broadcasting.
I've known Rob Leonard since the 80s.
Rob isn't he dope?
He's scary.
I like him.
No, I'm kidding.
I like him.
No,
Rob
Rob's a
is
good
dope.
dude. Do you know Steve Mandricina too?
Yes, I do.
Steve does a show in here on Mondays.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, because we all there was a
He's
whole
one of the Steves.
Yeah, no, that made sense.
there was a whole pocket of us, and then you go off into your different ways. I don't know if you know Jim Green. Jim Green used to be the PD back then.
I think I know who that is. I don't know him personally.
Okay, but it was just such a small. There was a pocket of us, and it was so underpromoted. I'm so happy to see what it's become now.
Yeah,
where they're actually paying people to work there and whatnot. But it was the last FM college station in New York, and so I was the youngest person to ever have his own show on an FM station in New York.
Oh wow!
And
So is that something I can look up? Like, are you listed as the youngest person to ever have?
I don't know if you can look it up, but you can try.
Let's see what happens. Youngest person to have a show on FM radio?
No, because it's going to be Jim Kerr.
Who was Jim Kerr? How old was he?
He was like 16.
Oh, he might have me there because I was 17. Yeah. I was 17.
Because Howard Stern just talked to him on his retirement or
whatever. Did Jim Kerr retire? Oh, I didn't know that.
He's either retiring or celebrating 50-something years in broadcasting, whatever.
Okay, so then it's Jim Kerr.
Well, actually, you're both wrong. It's Hassan Hamid from Pakistan. He was 4 years old when he started show.
Really, what are we talking about right here?
How did he
this is why I started day drinking.
To the studio? How did he get to the studio?
Right, back and forth?
Yeah, so he didn't get himself there.
So that's not the question. How did he get there? We're not talking about that.
You don't have your own show unless you have to get yourself to the studio. Somebody was waking him up, making sure he ate, making sure he was dressed.
Yeah, you're just jealous and nobody's doing that for you.
No. I have children. I know this is fucking 4-year-olds.
He hosted every Saturday and Sunday on the Voice of Kashmir, 105.8 FM.
You said in the United States anyway.
Yeah, all right, let me go back because, they're just talking about Pakistan. Who cares about Pakistan?
I was like, what the hell is 105.8?
Yeah.
But either way, I was super young. I can remember the audition, right?
Yeah.
So I'm nervous. I'm 17. I just figured out I was actually going to college. Not really a thought in my mind at that point in time because I was kind of a screw up at the last year of high school or whatnot. And so my only inspiration, honestly, I realized I wasn't going to the NBA. That wasn't going to happen. I wasn't good enough for that. So I said, what else do I like? Howard Stern was always a big influence for me.
Likewise.
And that was always
If you don't mind, how old are you?
40 now.
Okay, 40, yeah. So I'm 48. So Howard Stern was a big fucking deal.
It was a big fucking deal. He still is. He's taken a bit of a transition into,
But he has a lot to offer in doing what he does, but it's not the same thing.
But cool. That doesn't diminish his body of work.
Absolutely right.
I totally agree.
Back in that point in time, that's back when he was making the Backstreet Boys parodies and stuff like that. My way. That shit was funny as hell.
Right.
And my mother would listen to it, so I would listen to it with her. I don't know if that was appropriate, but this is the 80s. So it was what it was. But I said, man, I would really like to do something like that. I said, I think I could get into something like that. And I was a horrible orator. Horrible. Mumbler for my entire life.
Well, drinking the Corona at 11 o'clock in the morning, that probably had something to do with it.
Well,
I wasn't drinking Corona at 8.
Well, sure you weren't.
Well, now I'm guessing what's happened is you've overcorrected. And you're so good at diction that you need to hold yourself back.
To balance me out.
Yeah.
To balance me out.
97 Darnell Morris.
Otherwise, Darnell talks like
this morning. Let's see the latest in the news.
Darnell is here with us.
This is govsradio.com.
Nice. How does a radio station make you audition? What'd you have to do?
Okay, so
give you
here's the
something
deal.
to read?
They give you something to read, right? Yeah. So it's me and this other guy. So the other guy goes first. Jim Green is the one watching over the audition. So the studio's, it's a college station. It's pretty tight down there, but it's still, you could still hear through the walls a little bit.
Right.
And so this guy does his audition, and I hear Jim Green, maybe you should learn how to read before you come back here.
Oh, my goodness.
And your accent. Maybe something that just, I don't know, speak English.
So Jim Green is a racist, is what you're telling me.
No, Jim Green was dope. He was dope. But he was honest as all hell. And he wasn't going to put a product out because that was his name. That was his baby over there.
Of course.
So, but he would give it to you. He would let you know either way. So I'm sitting outside. I'm hearing this. I'm like, oh my He's like, all right, next. I was like, oh, fuck my life. Because I'm just like, I don't want to.
Right.
So I go in there and I start reading the sheet of paper that he gives me. And we're about 30 seconds into it, maybe. And he says, all right, and stops me. I said, oh, where are we going? He said, when can you start?
Oh, wow.
So apparently I was a good enough reader and I had enough potential. Because I'm not saying it like I was this star, but I had the potential. And then they put me on the news broadcast for a couple, maybe a year or so, until I asked, you had an option to at least ask for your own show. So when I asked, I had been dedicated, I'd been loyal, I had been on time, all of that. I checked all the boxes. And I was still enthusiastic about it. And they threw me through the ringer. This lady, Jamie Travato, shout out to you, Jamie. I don't know if you're going to hear this, but Jamie, love her to death. But this was in the days of the mini disc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she was like, yo, I said, how do I record the show? She said, you got to go get this machine and and the mini disc with it. And that's how you record your show. All bullshit. Like I could have just recorded it on a CD. But they were so used to people just coming in, thinking it was going to be, they're going to get rich and coming out. I came in the next week with the machine and the tapes. And then she was like, wow, you really serious about this. And she became one of my biggest mentors and friends in the process.
Nice.
And it wasn't until about 5 years later that I realized that WHPC is actually, it's in the basement. It's in one of the basement buildings of Nassau Community College. It's actually, it was an insane asylum. And
that explains how
morgue.
Rob Leonard got the job.
I believe that. I believe he's been working there since 1913.
I have to say that it's uncomfortably close to HBUC or CU, HBCUs.
Why you say that?
Because what is it?
WHPC?
There you go. It just feels like you're going to say you at the
Oh,
end
no.
of it.
I only go to white institutions. So.
I don't even. What is
that? I like
know what that
employment. HBCUs historically
Talk
black
about
colleges.
racist. What?
It's like I don't even acknowledge
racist. Am I the racist here?
Historically black universities, HBCU.
And colleges and universities.
And the WPI is a white.
Oh, that I don't know.
White privileged institution.
Oh, okay, yeah.
WPI.
Yeah. I could see that.
I've never gone to HBCUs. I haven't seen the value.
Yeah, no, I hear it, but it's just every time you're like WHBC, I'm like, you?
Nah. So I went to with Nassau Community College. I got my associate's degree.
Nice.
And then I went to Queens College for a spell. I did college. I did radio over there, but that's closed circuit, so that's only on campus, and it was just complete bullshit. And then I would get my bachelor's and my master's in University of Phoenix, which was actually because I remember there was a point in time where it was like University of Phoenix. I did more work for the University of Phoenix than I did for any of those other colleges. It's not even close. And if I had to do it over again, I would have rather went to a university.
Right. Because
the university, 50% of your grade is showing up.
Right.
Online, it's like, it's on you.
You have to get this notes, shit there, yeah.
All of that. And they can see it, and that's how they track you. And it was a journey, but I appreciated it because at the time, my little one, which is now my big one, she was getting a chance to see me sitting up typing papers, and she would sit up next to me, and she would type her little papers up too. But it built something, It built a legacy there, and
seeing you work like you can leave and go to work, but when you're like actually in the house and you're working, and they get to see that,
exactly,
they know that that's what they should do also.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, that's
and I would bring them up to the radio station too. This is down in Atlanta. This is down in Atlanta. So I'd bring them up there. It was boring as hell to them.
That's all right. My daughters, sometimes they have to come here, especially when they were a little bit younger, and they would just sit here, and they're just like on their devices, and like we talk about all sorts of fucked up things.
Yeah,
they're not listening.
They don't care.
They don't care at all.
They don't care that. Listen, my kids don't care that Daddy performed at Mohegan Sun or the Apollo. They don't care about none of that.
You know Jackie the Joke Man Martling?
I don't know him
on Howard Stern.
You know
of him, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So he comes in here all the time.
Really? Is the joke machine in here?
And
that would be cool.
But the girls were sitting there. Jackie was in here, and at the end, and they're just like with their headphones on, and he goes, "Girls, you gonna miss me?" And my little one, who was like probably 8 at the time, just kind of like looks up like this. Oh, it was so you could tell he was a little pissed.
Listen, I love the Jackie era. I love the dynamic.
That was the
too.
height. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it started to get a little crazy at the end, like Jackie with his crazy contract negotiations.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. How real it was what it was, but for the entertainment value, God.
You should
God,
check
was
out.
that
He has a
great.
documentary out that he's been like I got to see it out in Stony Brook, where it's a documentary of him and primarily about the Stern era.
Okay.
It's his story and it's fantastic. I mean, meeting the guy has been great, and I love his stories in person. But that documentary is pretty cool.
And I love that after years of, there was a weird separation period there between Howard Stern and Jackie Martling, that, finally Jackie was, I don't know who was being tough on what side. I don't know if it was Jackie, I don't know if it was Howard.
Yeah, well, there's nobody to know except for them. Yeah.
Right. But I was glad to see them like come back to where it was a point where Jackie could come back to the show and at least be a guest and tell jokes.
And he had a show for a while too.
Howard gave him his own show there for a
on
short,
Howard 101.
short time. Right. Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty dope because they came up together. I mean, originally it's Howard and Robin, right?
Yeah.
But then Jackie and you got
Fred
and all them in the mix a little bit after that. But it's like any other family, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that's just it. And everything's not always going to be perfect. So it's kind of like it's sad to be somebody on the outside. And I don't know if it's inner turmoil, but, with listening to Howard and he'll slam Jackie. And Jackie doesn't ever slam. I've never seen him slam. You may not have, but I personally
not really. There's been a little bit, but
I mean, because
really.
of course you're going to, because it is like a family, you're going to have like
You're
things
gonna have
happen.
quarrels. You're gonna have fights.
Exactly. And
when you're knocked off
but
those
to hear
pegs,
to hear the amount of money Jackie was making, I do want to say, Jackie, maybe you should have calmed the fuck down a little bit.
Well, that's exactly where I was going. You get knocked down a little bit. You get a little humbled. Jackie has said it right here in the studio that he should have taken what they offered. He said it flat out. I should have taken it.
He was at the last recollection. It was like the offer on the table was like $1.2 million to sit on the radio station for 4 or 5 hours
and do just what you've been doing.
And do just what you've been doing, as opposed to going out on the road every weekend. Like I have to drive into Connecticut, driving to Baltimore, driving to
but like you said earlier, to you'd rather be poor and happy. I do,
and rich and happy.
But I don't think that they were making him miserable. That's the whole thing.
But they were
right.
Okay,
There's
so
got to be
there's
quality of life. There's quality of life also.
Okay,
That's
so that's the part I
has to
don't
factor.
know.
Yeah.
Right, and the documentary does touch upon
Yeah.
it.
That's it's a great document. If you get an opportunity to see it.
Okay, and see if I got to watch this documentary because that I can understand, because being in radio for 20 years, I can tell you I worked at Hot 97. And it almost made me walk away from radio altogether.
Right.
Wow. And I said I would never work for another black radio station. Like it was that.
You see, that's what we say all the time.
Racist, man. Yeah,
I'm not mad at you,
dude.
And I'm not mad at you.
Do you know how smart I am? I have never, nor will I ever work for. No, only kidding.
This is a different type of show.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
I'm going to need some stage time.
Oh, thank God he's one of the good ones.
Yes, right.
Yes, tell us more about how you hate the blacks, right? Like that would be
No, because they left the back door open, so I'm sure they felt very comfortable beforehand.
Well, let me tell you what this man did on Juneteenth.
Oh, here we go.
You have to explain
Burning
this to me.
crosses on people's yards,
He
or-
posted a picture.
This guy's all over it.
I'm all over it, and I need you to explain this to me. It's a picture, right? On the bottom of it says Happy Juneteenth.
Right.
But the picture. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, he posted it, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. It's a picture of a bunch of monkeys.
Wow.
So, yeah, you need to explain this to me, sir.
Zoiks.
My thing is, I have excitement and pissing people off.
I hear you.
I really get a thrill out of it. Like sometimes my life will get a little bit boring, and I'm like, how many people can I piss off today? So me and my friend, who should not be named, whenever we call each other, we're like, "What's up, monkey?"
Man.
It's an endearing thing, but it's funny for us. You know what I'm saying? So I actually sent him the picture first, and I said, "Happy Juneteenth, monkey." And he responded back with LMAO. So once he responded back with that, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be great for the internet.
This is going up."
So then I put it up, and I said, "A message from the KKK." But you know what? Everybody lighten up. But you know what? I did this. I pissed white people off too, though. I piss everybody off.
Oh, white people are easy to piss off.
Yeah, no. But
they're sensitive.
There was one particular
fruit.
post probably about 4 years ago, and I knew it would be impactful. I didn't know it would be that impactful. And I just said, imagine a world without white people. White people lost their minds under this post. They lost their mind. You racist. I said, whoa. All I said was imagine.
Right.
I didn't say let's go out and get them. I just said imagine.
Say it was a lyric from the song.
Right.
Imagine there's no white people.
I
It's easy if you try.
I wouldn't be singing this song.
Latinos,
Y'all
y'all are
married
next.
a Japanese woman.
The Latinos are next. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Lighten up. Life is too tough. Laugh a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to solve racism, and I'm also not the cause of racism. So
Now let's say
no. Be committed to the chaos.
oh, I'm committed to the chaos.
Now let's say because we're busting balls here. So what if I sent you a picture like that? Would that piss you off, or would you be like, what the? Or would you laugh?
I would laugh.
You would laugh. Okay.
I would laugh.
I believe you.
One of the parts, one of the things was living down in Georgia, right? Georgia, people say Atlanta. When everybody moves to Georgia, they say they live in Atlanta.
Yeah. Most people think Atlanta's a state. Yeah.
Right. Most people don't live in Atlanta. Atlanta's a very small, tight city. You might live in Decatur. You might live in Marietta. You don't live in Atlanta. I actually lived in Atlanta. But if you go 10 to 15 minutes anywhere outside of Atlanta, it's so racist and so segregated. The cemeteries are still segregated.
Really?
So black people can't
thank God.
get. Now you have a place to go.
Oh.
Now you have a place to go.
Atlanta, let me write this down.
Which part did you say?
How do you spell Atlanta?
And all the headstones are like, but
There's
the
a
same
fence.
color.
There's a fence separating though the blacks.
Come
and the
on,
whites.
really?
I'm 100%.
Like it actually says Black Cemetery. Like how do you know?
You can go there to any cemetery. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, 15, 20 minutes outside the city. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And you go to a cemetery and you'll see a fence. It's the same cemetery, but there's a fence in between. Black people are on this side.
I'll tell you
white
what.
people on this
I've
side.
seen this before, and the black side of the cemetery always has better food
and
music.
weed. So
yeah, it always smells like weed
and a
too.
little bit of honey, just in the grave. We got it.
You can almost
We're there
taste
for
in
it.
I taste Hennessy in the air.
We've actually started to get white people to convert because they're like, wait a minute, this is some real dry, tasteless ass food over here, but those greens over there, that
I
chicken.
want to die over there. I don't know what okra is, but I want to be reincarnated as
Fuck
okra.
this kale.
Right. Yeah. Okra is greater than kale. I can see the.
Yeah,
That's the name of the cemetery.
yeah. If you guys ever want flavor, you go over
Yeah.
to the black
This is
side.
the okra side. This is the kale side.
This actually in all seriousness, makes me very sad. That's really going on still.
Still, present day.
That's crazy.
Present
to me.
day.
Well,
I
some
moved out of
things end
Atlanta
up
in
being
2020.
traditions, right? Like it just ends up being like, yeah, that's where my family is buried, is over there. So I want to be over there.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
but to say the fence is still there, that's like saying it's officially still that way.
no, it's
You know what I
officially
mean?
still that
Yeah.
way. And you know what? Going down there, because I lived there for about 10 years, Confederate flags still fly and all of that.
Yeah.
But if you take time out to learn anything about history, right? If you really invest yourself a little bit.
Hitler
'cause
was bad. If you learn anything about history.
Depends who you ask.
Right.
Okay? Trump seems to be a fan. But you threw me off with that right
I'm sorry. It's my.
Talking about the cemeteries and living
sorry,
down there
it's
for
sort
10
of my
years.
job, too.
Yeah, so if you go down there, man, it's just with the Confederate flags, though, what you start to realize is not everybody who raises a Confederate flag is racist. Okay? And I'm just, be open-minded here.
Okay.
Not everybody that raises a Confederate flag is racist, but that was their uncle, or that was their dad, or that
Okay,
was their
okay.
granddad that died, and they're just trying to represent him. It doesn't, I mean, probably most of them are racist, but I don't want to put everybody into a box because they're just celebrating their family and their lineage.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with, we hate black people.
Does it depend on where you are? Like down there, I could see that what you're saying. Up here, I don't know if that's why they'd be.
No, up here, that's wild.
No, see,
Right.
I think in the modern era, with like everything being caught on video, you have people doing like obviously racist things, right? And then when somebody says that was racist, that I'm not a racist. It's like, I think people are racist, but they don't really realize they're not openly
white people.
intentional. Yes, correct.
White people, yes.
I'm sorry. There are other people.
There are these. I'm the first. I'm the first people. I'm the first person to say that there are certain ignorances that white people. I'm not just talking about white people. Every race has ignorances, obviously.
Right.
But white people. Let me just take the white people out of that for a second.
What's the power dynamic? It changes everything.
Any person in any race, if you grow up, every behavior is learned.
Right.
Okay? We all come into this world the same way. Nobody comes into this world and says, I hate black people. I hate crackers. Like, nobody says that when they're a baby. But he might.
It's like black people. I hate black people. I hate crackers. Seems like there's an equivalency problem.
There is, because I'm black. So I want to stay true to my people.
So you learned that somewhere.
That's why he wanted to Zoom today. He didn't want to sit. He
He
didn't want to sit with those crackers.
Because they smell like wet dogs.
You guys actually smell pretty good. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at that.
That's because I'm Greek.
Oh, okay.
So.
He smells like ass.
Yeah. Feta.
But every behavior is learned, right?
Yes.
For all of us.
Well, yes.
Every single behavior is learned.
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
know anything as a baby.
There's actually been studies done, particularly with the movements of a snake. That's one of the few to see a snake moving and having the fear response is innate.
You're too white.
Children.
This is the problem. You're too white.
Exactly.
This is the guy that's going to go out and get killed by petting a grizzly bear.
Yes.
Okay? He's
Yes.
too white.
Yep.
Well, see, no, because I'm too smart for that.
I mean, I've been to a kindergarten. You know, when my kids were, my oldest, she was at kindergarten in Georgia, and they had like pet day or something like that. And there were a bunch of snakes. They brought in big anacondas, pythons. It's Georgia. It's wild down there.
Yeah.
But none of the kids had that fear response. All the kids just started.
No.
petting the
But
snake.
they've overcome that initial fear response. There's actually been like that.
So then, what is your point, sir?
Well, it's just that there are.
What the hell are we talking about here?
While I agree that most behavior is learned, our brains are wired to see differences, to see patterns, and so the other, like if I don't look like you or you don't look like me, there is a baseline otherness. It's filled with learned responses of racism, but there is a basic.
Okay, but the racism is still learned.
Well, yes, in a way.
If I say a goddamn polar bear right now, I'm going to shit myself.
Right.
It's massive. But if I see another person that's just a different color, I don't sit there and be like, oh.
We shit ourselves when you walked in.
Yes.
I believe it. I do the same thing when police pull up behind me to this day.
You should.
And I have nothing to worry about, but I'm still like,
Nothing to do with the corona in his hand.
Is this live?
Well, we'll edit that part out. We'll go back and post.
That's fine. It's one beer, so I'll be 0.04. Now, before the second beer comes out, we're going to need to cut these cameras.
But yeah, no, racism, absolutely racism is learned, but it's got its roots in the way the brain works.
Fine.
Like it's just like it's like candy.
Even
it's like too easy.
Even with that though, you gotta understand a lot of people that are racist now, like people that are 40, right? That are racist. They really have no reason to be racist.
Yes. No, there hasn't been
they haven't. We haven't uprised. Like there's no logistical reason why you should hate black people or fear black people.
Right.
I mean, half the time, I would say more than half the time, we don't even really intermingle that much. We do it in the big cities, New York, Atlanta, L.A., but you go anywhere else in the country, black people and white people don't generally live around Detroit. They live around, but generally black people and white people don't live around each other.
Right.
They don't.
No,
maybe in sparse.
Right.
Look at Long Island. We're out in Long Island right now.
Long Island has a history of what's called redlining, where they
don't get me started on the Robert Moses.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this place is
he built that whole highway just so white people could get away.
Yep.
This
Totally.
island is built on a legacy, whether
Of
people
racism.
like it or not, of racism. The fact that the parkways have low bridges. I had a professor, a black guy who was from what do you call
Africa?
it? No, Haiti. Haiti.
Haiti. Okay.
He's Haitian, And when he was a full professor, and he was like, when he first wanted to move out to Stony Brook in the 70s, he was only being shown Wyandanch,
Crime Dance,
Coram, like Gordon Heights, and he was like I'm a professional. I'm going to be making six figures. Like, what the fuck? Like, I want to see, what about around the university? Oh, you don't want to live there. And that was like in the late 70s. So this place is built on that. Like racism is everywhere. And
you know
like,
what?
We don't have to feel responsible for it. Is what like
fuck you?
It's
Don't.
there.
All you do, all of you, every one of you is responsible. Your mother, your father, your grandpappy, all of y'all. There's a whole historical line of racist bastards, and yeah, we're not taking out one of you on. Yeah, it leads to you. We're not letting one of you off the hook. Not a goddamn one of you. Not Karen, not Joseph. We don't give a shit. Like every one of you racist bastards. You might not be racist. Y'all have me here today. Y'all still racist. We're not doing that.
You probably know a lot more black guys than I do. Are there any black Chads? Because
I've never met a black.
I've never met a black Chad. It just
Come on. What about
I mean Chadwick
Cinco?
Chadwick Boseman.
Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson?
No.
Oh my God, Chad Johnson and Chadwick Boseman, but Chadwick is like not Chad. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wasn't thinking them at all. The dance, Fresh Prince. He's got the dance. What's his name?
Steve Urkel.
No. I know.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That was a test.
What's his name?
His name isn't Chad.
Carlton.
But
welcome.
he is a Chad. No, isn't that's what I'm asking. Isn't he like a Chad? No.
I mean, on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, we're making that
on the show.
A stereotype. Chad is a stereotype.
Oh, isn't that what you were asking?
No, I was literally like the name Chad.
Oh, the
just
name.
Seems like
you were
like,
seriously.
why?
I thought you were.
No, I figured I don't normally get to talk to a black dude.
Where do you live right now?
East of Talcott.
That's way out east. They don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, you guys haven't gotten out there yet.
Try taking a city bus all the way out there.
I'm about 5 minutes from here.
I actually used to work in Deer Park at a radio station.
Oh, neat. That's actually my shop is very close to Deer Park train station. Chubby's Deli.
Yeah.
Look at this. Everywhere
I've
by
gotten
deli.
I've gotten escorted out at Deer Park though.
Come on.
It is a sundown community.
Yeah. No, I was. This was even before the radio station though. I was at Nassau Community College, and we had a group project for whatever class, and one of the kids lived out in Deer Park, and so said, all right, well, let's meet at my house, and we'll go discuss the project, and we're working together. So,
He was Chad.
Yeah, I was Chad at this point. So
we're
I go
talking
out
about
there,
stereotype.
though.
Okay.
And, we do our thing. We're working the project, whatever. So I get in my car, my sweet 2000 cherry red Mustang, by the way.
Nice.
I'm kidding. It was an 87 Lincoln, but still sweet. Still sweet. Eagle
I
on the
can
hood.
imagine myself in that red Mustang, though.
I did have the red Mustang. That would be my next car. Yeah.
Nice.
But I must have got maybe 2 blocks away from leaving her house, and a cop pulled me over. And he said, "Hey, you need any help?" No, I'm driving. No, I don't need any help driving.
Well, if you could take the wheel, because I got to pack this bowl.
Right. I said, "Well, where are you headed?" Right. I said, "I'm going back out to Queens, where I live." Right. He says, "Oh, well, let me put my lights on. I'll escort you out of Deer Park."
What?
No bullshit.
That's crazy. What year is this, you think?
01, 02.
All right, I wasn't on Long Island, back on Long Island.
That's crazy
01,
to me, man.
And he literally took me right to the border and said, stuck his hand like he was doing me a favor. I was like...
He might have been.
Hey, he might have been. Honestly, he might have been. But I was like...
That
this
feels
is
weird.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Oof.
And, the disdain for cops doesn't change.
Yeah.
And I have, my father, I call him my father. I have a long line of people in my family that police.
Oh, rock and roll. Yeah.
And, still, I don't care. I look at them as the people. I don't look at them as the job.
Right. No, that's the institutional end of it. Absolutely. Right. No. I would have the talk if I was a black parent with black children.
Yeah, no, you have to. But now at this age, 40, and I know all my shit is clean, and I ain't got nothing to worry about. I just roll by. They have a police training academy right by me right now that they're doing a service. I ride by them every day with my middle finger up. Like, go fuck yourselves. It's the next generation of pigs. And that's how I feel, honestly, because when I was younger, I would say this. I would say there aren't that many bad cops. I said there's a few bad apples.
Right.
Okay. But as I've gotten older, it's changed a little bit because there's more than a few bad apples because it's not just the one person doing the act. Now look at the George Floyd thing, right? We're not going to get too deep into this.
No. It's the other guys looking away. Yeah.
It's the other guy. Exactly. It's the other guys looking away. So it's not just that bad apple. It's everybody else that was in concert with it.
Right.
Because not one other person thought to say stop.
Right.
Not one other person thought to admit it. And anytime you see a black violent cops acting violently against black people, the one thing you don't see is any type of EMS help. You don't see them trying. They're all trained in CPR. They're all trained in certain medical capabilities.
Right.
You never
First
see that.
responder stuff.
Yeah, first responder stuff. And you just never see that.
In a lot of the videos that I've seen. Yeah, no,
Right.
I agree.
But I can go and look present day into the flooding in Texas, into the flooding in Miami, and I can see white cops all over the place.
Right.
Saving puppies. Saving kittens. Risking their lives to go save puppies and kittens. So
Well, let's
where
face
was
it,
this?
puppies and kittens are better than people.
Really? Kittens? Kittens, though?
I hate cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kittens?
I was on
Puppies
board
I
with the
get.
dogs.
Yeah. Puppies, you had me at puppies.
It just
Kittens?
turns into that Holocaust
Puppies?
statement of like, first they came for the
Yeah.
puppies.
Yes. Okay, I could get behind the puppies.
And
but
I
the
was
kittens,
okay with it.
The kittens, I think we could use a few less of them.
Right. Yeah. Cat lives don't matter.
Ever.
No.
I don't know who matters less, blue lives or cat lives. I think I
will
prefer
say,
cat.
meow.
So you won a comedy contest. That's wonderful.
Taylor's like, this is way more than I
Mohegan
bargained for.
Sun, man.
I'm not that deep.
Mohegan Sun. That was maybe.
Oh, I have a feeling this is not going to be anything good.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be like a telemarketer, but we'll find out. Hello.
Bonjour.
Okay.
It's
So much for that.
It's his father abandoning him yet again.
Again. Yeah, no. How many times?
Stop giving me hope, Dad.
Oh yeah.
No, legitimately.
Yeah.
Like you think he was black.
Yeah.
But
Well, my last name's Walker, so that counts, doesn't it? That's a black name. So Herschel
It's a
and
slave name. My last name is a slave name. You think I was named Morris in Africa?
Morris the cat. See, it's all full circle here.
Wow,
I
I
do
agree.
appreciate Morris the cat.
now I feel like I have no credibility because
Yeah,
my last name
Plagainos.
is definitely not a slave name.
What's your last name?
Plagainos. Nobody would ask for that.
You belong in Guantanamo because I don't know where you come from.
That's it.
It's Greek. To everyone.
Gas it. We used to have this this function in Atlanta, and I mean it was actually really dope. So every Thanksgiving, we would
kill white people.
No, there were no white people to be found. They steered very clear. Man, it's the Hosea Foundation down there in Atlanta. So every Thanksgiving, I mean, they do work all throughout the year, but Thanksgiving, they would have a big Thanksgiving giveaway.
Right.
And I mean, thousands of people. It got to the point where they had to turn away volunteers to come and work for them because it was that big. And of course, I'm the asshole that I went to go participate in for about 2 years. And I mean, it was rewarding and great. But I'm also the same asshole who put up a post that said, "Man, what a great time to close the doors and gas the place." Atlanta homeless problem solved.
We've all got them in one spot.
Right? Yes. What a better. We're not going to get a better chance at this.
Got to nuke them from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Well, explain the shirt to me. What is going on? Don't be a what?
Salty bitch.
Salty bitch. I didn't see the bottom. I just saw the don't be a, and I'm like, why is that? What does the salt ad have to do?
Well,
with
you
it?
realize the logo though. That's
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I didn't see the bottom. So I'm like, I recognize the logo, but I'm like, don't be a what? Salt? Like I really. I didn't know what it meant.
My mom asked me before I left because I ran my power wire. She was like, "Do you think that's really a good shirt?" I said, "Mom, it's a comedy show. Shut up." You work for you work for New York State Department of Labor for 30 years. Leave the comedy to me.
Yeah, never tell your family jokes.
You know, she
Don't
finally
run shit
started
by.
coming out to shows.
Oh, good.
Like,
That's
my
nice.
family didn't support me forever, whether it was radio or comedy. But once I started, like, I was dedicated and it was a real thing. So then they started coming out to shows. It's hard to get my mom to come out to anything.
Right
You know,
on.
because my mom was a single mom. Like, it was work, home, kids,
Yeah,
all of that.
sleep, yeah.
Sleep. Right. So now that she's retired and whatnot, I'm getting her to come out to a few more things. And she's like, you're really good. I said, yeah,
That's why I won a contest.
yeah, I know. That's why I won one contest, Mom. One.
Been doing it.
But she was out there for that. She was out there for that. And I won my material by her. And, in the beginning stages of this, she would always look at me like, But then...
my mom would always be like, why are you talking about your dick so much?
yeah.
And that had nothing to do with his comedy.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm like, that's on my set.
Listen, my very first comedy show, right? Okay, my mom was still working. And this was at Broadway Comedy Club. And I said, my friends had pumped me up. They were like, yo, you're really funny, and you're not doing anything. So why don't you try that?
You're not doing anything.
So Broadway Comedy Club had a sign-up sheet or whatever. So I signed up, and I went there. I told my mother about it, not expecting her to come at all. And lo and behold,
nice.
A bunch of my buddies are there, and my mom.
Nice.
So my whole set is about jerking off on her couch because we live together at this point.
So I was going to ask,
That's a
what about
classic
girls, washing
early set?
You have a bit of where involving a girl washing her vaginal area. So did you get rid of that part?
What set did you watch, sir?
I watched. It's on your website.
Oh.
Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about.
I gotta stop putting shit out here.
Yeah.
I like it a little stanky. I like it when they don't have a dad and they wipe from the back to the front. That builds character, sir.
Let's talk more about talk more about how we hate white people. Let's talk. Oh my! So
I'm
all right,
getting so much trash about this age joke I'm telling though. That's oh my god.
So all right, so you're talking about jerking off on the couch, and mom is there.
And mom is there, and she's just sitting there, and but now I'm on stage. Like, what am I gonna do? I only got. They give you 5 minutes or whatever. I probably got. Yeah, when you first start, you think you got a solid 5 because you think you're so funny.
That's right.
Like, wait a second, I've only been up for 30 seconds.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So now I can't deviate. I don't have anything else.
Right.
So I'm here. I'm all right for full speed ahead. So the show ends, and my friends are like, good job, and that was okay. Yeah, for a first timer, whatever. And they said, "Where's your mom?" I said, "Oh, she's home by now."
Yeah.
And granted, she was home by then. And fair enough. Love you, Mom.
Dude, one of my classic starting out ones was about jerking off while driving.
Okay.
And how you're never fully prepared for the end.
Yeah, right. Because how can you be?
Like, it doesn't matter how much armor tech you put on there. It's never going to feel that not sticky anymore. But my mom, I tell this joke, and I go to one of the fucking on 14th Street, one of the Friday day mics.
Okay.
And I'm on 14th Street in the East Village, and I'm like, my uncle
Not
was
the
in
Grizzly
town.
Pear.
No, it's not the Grizzly Pear. It's just down the road. It's like a
Producers Club.
It's a tiki kind of vibe to it.
Okay.
The decor and everything, and it's in the back. There's a back room. There's a bar, and you have to go all the way into the back room. But my uncle came, and he's like, this was the first time he was seeing me, and it was just a mic, and he's like, dude, that was fucking great. Like, I really liked it. I go, yeah, I did that set for my mom, his older sister, the other day, and he was like, oh, Jesus Christ, Aaron. So, yeah.
Listen, my uncle is a pastor.
Has he been to one of your shows yet? Oh, this is going to be great.
And we love each other unconditionally. But he knows me to a certain degree. So this is my uncle on my father's side. Okay, so he's been more of a presence. Honestly, on that side of the family, my father's the only piece of shit. The rest of them are absolutely amazing.
Right.
They've been amazing and stayed in our lives since we were children, and staying in my children's lives too. But he calls me up. He says, "Yo, I see you doing this comedy thing. I want to come out to a comedy show." He said, "But I want to know his wife. Like, he's a pastor, but his wife is very religious."
like super.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's always wanted to be a first lady kind of thing.
Right. It's like she's not playing.
Right.
He said, "Can I bring my wife to this?" I said, "Not if you want to continue to be married."
Yeah.
And he came out and he had a good time. And he said, "Thank you for the disclaimer." He says, "Because you're right." I said,
Your honesty has helped my marriage
I
today,
don't
and I
hold back.
appreciate it.
I have been out without her in years. This was awesome.
See, it's funny. My dad also a piece of shit.
So you're black too.
But they're all pieces of shit on that side of the family. So
Okay.
that's the difference.
I mean, I'm now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm at the point this year where it's time like to retire jokes.
Yes.
For the past season.
Yeah.
So now I can let everything go. I mean, it's still surprising to me 12 years into this, right? That there are jokes like in my mind. I write all the time.
Right on.
And then there were some jokes where I'm like, I can write it, and without even putting it out there yet, I said, this is gonna hit.
Nice.
This is gonna hit. And my girlfriend should look at me and she'd be like, she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Because she's not hearing it in my voice.
Yep. And they don't. Like
Right.
this is for family and whatnot. Friends they can't.
Right. They
get
can't. You can't. I said, so then, but she'll come out and see it, and she'll be like, God damn it. When you're on the money, you're on the money. This Planned Parenthood joke, I give her credit for, because she had said something. She had mentioned something about Planned Parenthood one day. We were just sitting on the terrace, and I said, Planned Parenthood. There's funny in there, but it's overly used, right?
Right.
I don't want to be a hack. I said, so how do you make that funny? So then I said, I don't know why. For whatever reason, my brain is sick. I go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then the joke just starts creating itself.
Hell yeah. No, that's a great combination right there.
And it creates a whole set for me that I'm going to continue. That it's just called Random Thoughts. So there's the part in my set where it just go random thought.
Nice.
Boom, boom, boom. So the Planned Parenthood joke is random thought. I think that Planned Parenthood and the Make-A-Wish Foundation should link up.
Should merge.
Join forces.
Yeah.
I mean, they both serve the same purpose, right? Wishes are being granted, and children are dying. It kills every...
That's fucking great.
That was unexpected for me.
I like that.
But it lands so much. And
Right.
And the age joke, like, it's just...
Like, I'm trying to come up with, like, what their merged name would be. Like, Make a Parenthood or...
Planned Wish.
Planned Wish, yeah.
But the reaction is always like, oh. And I was like, okay. That works.
To me, those are the ones where you're pulling back it's Oz, and you're pulling the curtain back.
Exactly.
Of like, we all know what's happening.
Exactly.
Like, shut the fuck up. It's funny and just laugh.
The age joke. I think the age joke, I'm going to tell you real quick. Yeah. I think the age joke is very obvious, and I don't know why it hasn't been said, or maybe I just haven't heard it. But, I'll be talking to you going through my regular set, and I'll just stop. AIDS. Got to talk about it. It's not so much about the AIDS. It's not. It's about this pill or this shot that they've come out with. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. So you can go have sex with whoever you like. Infected, not infected. My question is, who the fuck was in this study?
Yeah.
Who was sitting in this class for $200 that says, listen, we have a pill or a shot. It may work.
Well, here's my problem with it.
Yes.
Is I am too... The
Gay?
spokesperson. I'm too attracted to the spokesperson. The guy, he's a black dude or mixed, and he's got like very soft looking lips.
Oh, in the actual commercial?
I'm like kind of attracted to this guy.
That's your issue with this?
That's 100% my issue. I'm like, I am too into this guy.
He's Greek. Again, he's Greek.
Come on. I'm too into this guy. I can't watch this anymore because...
Why are they always attractive and healthy and muscular? Why do they look better than I do?
Yeah. Right. Well, no, because there is the one with like that kind of mutiny looking big woman, and she's dancing with this like super skinny little dude.
He is so invested into these commercials.
Dude,
you really hit a nerve with this. What the...
Dude, I can't go to sleep unless I jerk off. So
wow. To the AIDS commercial.
To the guy with the soft lips.
Yeah.
I hope you take the shot beforehand.
Yeah, well.
Because you might get it that way, too.
I'm just saying, if I'm in a dark alley.
Oh, my God. Listen, at the end of the joke, I said, listen, if I'm going to get AIDS, I'm gonna get it the way,
The old-fashioned way.
the good way the government
Magic
created
Johnson.
it by sucking dick.
Yeah. Making quilts.
I mean, really.
I don't know. What? I just was trying to think of like the reaction of people. Like, remember that giant quilt? You remember that? They made it in Central Park, dude. They sewed that giant fucking quilt.
Yes. I
Anyway.
remember that. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. I got.
They don't all have to be. They don't all have to really make 100% sense.
I feel like he's on retroviral pills right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
like this is too close to his heart.
We had a little conversation about his late night last night.
Oh
so,
yeah, no, I did have a late night.
Yeah,
a lot of weed. So
listen to me. I'm surprised I got here. That was a drunken night. I
bite the dog that bit you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Because I tell this to people, like my girl, she'd be like, I don't feel well because I drank a little bit last night. I said, well, drink again.
Well, I have an uncle who's like a severe alcoholic. Like, he's yellow. Like he's fucking. Matter of fact, do you remember when the Staten Island ferry many years ago crashed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle was
the
only one who jumped off.
What?
Yeah, he jumped off, and like the firefighters in fucking Staten Island had to save him. There was an article in the Newsday. I had it. I have it somewhere.
So that's somebody we can all be collectively racist against, right? Yellow people?
Yes. Oh, God. Well, the Asian.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Mean it.
See, I'm not going to co-sign that.
You go there.
But I would like to meet.
You can be.
But I would like to meet this uncle. I'll tell you that much.
But when
it sounds like a party.
When I was a kid, he'd be like, he'd go, because one of those guys talks like this. He's like, Andy, what are you gonna do? Is you gotta bite the dog to bit you. You gotta bite the dog to bit you. If you fell asleep and your beer was in your hands and now it's flat, right? Not a problem. Go get salt. Put a little pinch of salt. Starts bubbling right back up.
Pinch of salt.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that I did not
These are
know.
the people I come from.
That is valuable information there, sir. Your uncle sounds like a party. I want to meet this legend. Is he still alive?
Amazingly, yes. He's
because alcoholics don't die.
That's true.
I'm actually 104.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
Well, you do have the black don't crack thing.
Yeah, but they say that, but that's why you also saw I bathe in a vat of lotion. That's how we don't crack.
No, you know what? You know which race hits a wall. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you know what? You know.
You kidding me? I'll tell you privately.
The
After.
funny shit is my car, right? So I got this car, and I thought it'd be fun for the kids. That's fun for me too. Not realizing I was black. The whole roof is glass. Even with the air conditioner on high, I am baking.
Yeah,
in
it's
this
so
car.
stupid.
And it's electric.
No, if you know how physics work, light, heat, and whatever. Anyway, go on.
And it's electric, so I have to go out to all types of weird fuckery places to charge it. I'm having a good time with it though.
Oy vey.
I'll beat anybody in the race. I'll tell you that much. I will. I'll toast you. I'm gonna toast some people on the Meadowbrook today.
You've mentioned 2 north-south roads for those of you who are not familiar with our island.
True, right.
Which doesn't make any sense. But.
What is the highway that came over here? What did I think of it? Because I remember I was on the Cross Island. So what was the?
Well, you cross
Expressway?
island to either Northern State or
The expressway.
Yeah. Probably the Northern State if it was GPS.
Was it just 2 lanes?
Then it would brought you to the Wantagh State Parkway, probably.
I don't know. I was pretty busy drinking, so I couldn't.
Yeah. I almost spilled like 6 or 7 times.
No,
have you been on the Cross Island?
That's never going to happen.
It's
That's never an issue for me.
Well, that's actually one of my favorite.
The car could do a 360 and flip over. That beer is going to be right in my hand without a drop spilled.
The beginning of Undercover Brother.
Oh,
that is
it's classic. It's classic.
And that scene because he's driving. You know what we're talking about?
No.
And he's fucking. He kicks. He's spinning, and this camera is looking right down on the cup of like grape soda or whatever he's got, which is like hilarious. But in the background, you see somebody on the side of the road, and they spill their drink on themselves. Like, this is fucking genius.
I don't care what happened to this. Right here.
Yeah. I paid money for this.
You might see me upside down in a car like this.
I'll roll my window down in a second.
Well, I'm not wasting the drop.
I know we're gonna be busy. I don't want this to go warm. I don't have any salt with me.
Yo, you know what's really funny? I got arrested for a well, that's not funny, but
well, to us it is.
I got asshole. I got arrested several times, but two, they were all real dumb shit. So two was like I got arrested 1 week after another for a suspended license, just for not paying parking tickets.
Nice.
But the first time I got arrested, I think it was the first, maybe it was the last time I got arrested, was July 4th, July 5th technically. No, it was July 4th. But
11:58.
July 3rd though, there was a party. Go out, whatnot. Parties in Queens. I still live in Hempstead over there by Hofstra. Drinking, as usual, but I've been drinking since I was 12. You know what I'm saying? So that
I hear you.
That's not the issue. But I'm not a big, at that time at least, hot person. For whatever reason this night, I said somebody's passing around a blunt. I said, oh, let me hit that too. I said, we're in them we're kids. Yeah. I'm still maybe 18, okay, 23, whatever. Logistics,
35.
right. Whatever. Now, doesn't
not
matter.
really a numbers guy.
Yeah,
more of a
numbers
drinker.
guy. I'm a comedian.
A drink.
So I'm about 23, and so I get all the way back to Hempstead Turnpike. And I mean, they always say you get arrested maybe 2 or 3 blocks within your house. So that shit is true.
Yep.
Cop pulls me over there by the Popeyes. Mm-hmm. Just ironically, okay, I wasn't going to Popeyes.
There's a lot of stereotypes.
Yes, I don't even like Popeyes. If it was KFC, I could get behind you. And he pulls me over, and the cop says, "Hey, sir, you been drinking tonight?" I said, "I had about 3 beers." He said, "Because you were swerving." I said, "Oh, that was the weed." And the cop just looked at me and said, "What?" Well, I'm being honest with you. And then, so finally, he goes back to his car or whatnot. He comes back over. He says, "I need you to step out the car." All right, step out the car. I am wasted. Let's be very clear. I'm wasted. I'm not talking like the same person. So then he says, "All right, I'm gonna look through the car." I said, "Okay." He goes in the back seat. He sees a half a 6-pack. He said, "You had 3 beers?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, there's a 6-pack back here and 3 of them missing." Now, normally I should have just said, "Well, that's the 3 beers."
Right.
But I said, "Oh shit, make it 6."
Oh, jeez. And he didn't let you go?
Hell no.
That's hilarious.
Hell no. My uncle came.
This is why I'm not a cop.
My uncle came. We only lived 2 blocks away from them. My uncle came to come get the car. He said he can't even take the car. I said, "We got to impound the car too." So I spent maybe, and this is why I appreciate Long Island more than the city, really. I was in jail for about 2.5 hours because Long Island just wants your money.
Yeah.
Yes.
The city wants your time.
Right.
Right.
You can have my money. I want my time.
What's the best way we could make you just completely miserable?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. What's the bill? 10 grand? Cool.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than spend a week in jail.
Let's set up
What
a
is
payment
your
plan
happiness worth? Is Long Island?
Right.
What's it worth to you to be happy?
The 2 times I got arrested for a suspended license, that was in Queens, though. And those experiences, I mean, I've never spent more than 8 hours in a cell. But those little hours between Long Island and New York, those are 2 completely different experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
I could see that.
The first time I got arrested in Queens for the suspended license, first I was a dumbass. I'm driving down my block, and I see all these sirens and lights going off. So I'm thinking maybe there's a fire or something. It's a cop stop. It's a fucking cop stop. And it's just that I hadn't paid parking tickets. So when I pull in there, they pull me over and they says, "Get my license, whatever. All right, you got to come with us. Suspended license." I get in there, and so that's my first time in prison or in jail, I should say, not prison, but jail.
Right.
So,
see, it's very serious.
There's a difference.
But it's obviously somebody who has experience.
Yeah,
right?
no,
okay, no, it was jail, not prison.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like
prison is a different environment.
It's sort of like a non, even though it's verbal, but it's a non-verbal, like, he knows.
It's like living in the Hamptons versus Southamptons. Like,
yes.
Right.
No, I live in the Hamptons. You live in the Southamptons. Stop it. So we're sitting there, and like they start handing out these sandwiches, right? And I'm like, the bologna is green. No bullshit. The bologna's green. There's one toilet in the cell. Somebody had the shits.
Well, you're supposed to convert to either Islam or Judaism so you can get fresh
I don't
meals.
know. I don't know for the first visit, but I'll tell you about the second
that's
visit in a second. Yeah, no, that's you got to be in there a long time.
Yeah,
for that,
prison
brother.
is where you do that. God, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
But we're sitting there. I said, I don't want this. I don't want this fucking sandwich. I'm
Right.
not eating this. Not knowing I'd be in there for another 6 hours. I was starving.
Oh, wow.
The second time I was in there a week later now.
It's like it's not that green. Yeah.
Oh, not only was it not that green, when other people were like, I'm not eating this, I said, oh, give it to me.
Nice.
I waited maybe about, it couldn't have taken more than an hour. I got 5 sandwiches with mayonnaise. First of all, I'm full. Let's start there. I'm full. I've had 3 sandwiches already.
And then you took some of the best shits of your life after that, too.
Oh, not even. I crazy glued my asshole shut.
Yeah.
So I understand that these people are going to get hungry. Well, so now everyone's like, oh, man, I know I gave you that sandwich. Well, now we got to barter.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean.
How much money did you make?
No, not even money. We're trading for just cigarettes now.
Right.
I don't know how they got these cigarettes in here.
Right.
And a lighter, by the way, and matches. And like we would be throwing them from cell to cell.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I said, wow. And it's just that quick that I just became a full-blown inmate.
Yep.
I said, I haven't been in here for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe I didn't use my prison wallet
Right.
Right.
before I came in here.
He's an
Hello.
entrepreneur right there.
Hello.
Nice.
All right. With that, it's time to go.
Yes.
We are done.
This has been fun, guys.
Likewise, man.
One quick thing before we go. This is something I do with a lot of our guests.
Are you going to let me promote some stuff?
Well, of course.
That's
we're gonna
coming
do that
next,
too.
yeah.
That's coming last. I always, in my stalking practice, I look at mutual friends that we have.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a few names out. You can say whatever you want, good, bad, or you can just tell me to move on because maybe you don't remember them. Who knows? All right, so we talked about Steve Mangicino and Rob Leonard before. Saku Ali.
Good dude.
And he's a great
He's a
comedian,
cop.
and he's
Good
a cop,
dude.
so he's a good
Yeah.
guy for you to know.
Good dude, great comedian. He actually, I'm on his show.
The Joke
sometime
Dealers.
next month.
Oh, you're on the next
Joke
like the
Dealers.
next one?
Yeah, I'm
Cool,
on the
cool,
next
cool,
Joke Dealers. I don't know where that's at though.
It's in Queens.
That's in Queens.
He's got one coming up here.
Because I know he
it's
does
his barbecue place in.
Oh, yeah, right.
that
yes.
barbecue place. If you've never been there, I mean,
Yeah.
it's very black, but
Wow.
it is such a good time.
Yeah, I've never been there.
It's. I've definitely never been there, sir.
Dan Wilbur.
No comment.
Oh, okay. Lou Pratts.
Lou.
Not familiar.
Okay. Felix Rastuccia.
Felix Rastuccia. He's funny.
Okay.
Funny.
All right, last name I have for you. Wait till you hear this.
I can't wait.
Billy Geyer.
Billy Geyer. He's got a beard, glasses.
Big dude.
You got
dude.
a picture?
You must have a picture.
Give me a picture.
And
of
he's
Billy.
got naked pictures of Billy Geyer.
Like
I don't-
I actually just see his.
Send me the nudes.
Like, where do I go? Billy Geyer.
What is it on Facebook? Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Billy Geyer.
okay.
You've probably been on a show with him.
I have not, but I've seen his work, and I appreciate his work.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate his work.
He is. He's very funny.
Listen to me. I'll be the first one. I might never sit here and say like I don't like a comedian because I don't really do that. I don't bash other comedians
That's cool.
because the thing is, that's like a ghetto mentality to me. There's enough money for everybody in comedy.
Well, not just that. Like, here's one of my least favorite things is when people are talking shit about somebody, and it might be somebody who deserves the shit, but I think it is low hanging fruit to be like, oh, they're not funny. Shut up.
Yeah,
Like that's such a cheap.
shitting on your star doesn't make my mine shine brighter.
Right, exactly.
And that's the whole thing.
Exactly.
For me.
If somebody's been doing some scumbag stuff, talk about the scumbag stuff. Don't go to like he's not funny. Stop.
But I won't even do that because at the end of the day, if a person's a scumbag, and trust me, you could have went through some other names on that list,
Yeah.
and there are definitely scumbags there.
Yeah.
But people know you're a scumbag.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I pride myself on the only thing, the same thing I tell my children. The only thing I can control in this world is myself.
Rock and roll.
That's it.
Yep.
I can't control what you two do before or after during the show. I can't.
What your childhood was
Right.
like. Yeah.
I can be responsible for me right now.
Right.
So whether you're a piece of shit or you're a great person, if you're a great person, you're gonna know that from me, because those great people that know Kiana Scott, Daniel Delano, and there's a whole host of Q Ali, Greg Criticos.
Right.
There's a whole host of people that I consider family.
Yeah.
Right.
That I would go to bat for any day of the week because I know they would do it for me, and they've done it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And it's just love right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a reciprocation of just a generation of people, a platform of people creating the arts. We're here for the arts. In Atlanta, there was a very dark culture of, comedians sitting outside the comedy club, Atlanta Comedy Theater specifically, and they're all sitting there roasting each other and just talking shit about each other to their faces and whatnot, and behind each other's backs. And I would always sit there on the side and I'd be quiet, and they'd be like, no, you don't have nothing to say? No, because I'm not here for this.
Right.
I can tell you shows that I've done with this company. I won't even mention them, but they're douchebags.
Yeah.
They're douchebags. And every time I come there, I see them mistreating the comedian. And my girlfriend asked me, she asked me one time, she said, you feel so strongly about them. Why do you come here to for this show or that show?
Right.
I said, because I didn't come here for them.
Right.
Right.
I came here for the crowd.
Absolutely.
I said, so sometimes you got to put some bullshit to the side to focus on your dream.
Oh, absolutely.
And me, again, shitting on them, they're a company.
That's a waste
It's
of time.
not going to do anything for you.
Waste of time.
And they're a company.
Right.
So they're going to shit on me. They're going to do more to me than I'm going to do to them right now, at least.
It's the immovable object. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but even when I get to where I expect to be, that's still now I'm a bully. Now I'm a bully.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, once you're past it, there's no reason to even think about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope that everybody lifts everybody up. It's a pleasure for me to come out here and do this podcast. It's a pleasure for me to come out here.
And we're glad you did.
Very much.
All right, where can they see you this weekend?
Nowhere. I'll be at home jerking off.
So go see him do that.
No, there are
soft hands.
All right, there's three things I want to promote here, right?
Bong.
Yeah, I'm waiting too. Broadway Comedy Club, we got that June 30th. That's with Greg.
Very nice.
All right, I'll be out there. My boy from North Carolina that I met on the internet. That's like a strange Tinder situation.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Sounds hot.
July 11th, I'll be in Jersey at Fusion Comedy.
Cool.
That's with my boy T. And T actually is a good dude. I've met maybe a year ago, but he's put me on like 15 to 20 shows since then.
Nice.
Very nice.
He does shows and he's a Jersey guy. So he does most of the shows in Jersey, but he does shows in the city. So July 11th, I'll be at Fusion. And then the big one is August 18th at Mohegan Sun Comics. I'll be hosting.
Very cool.
And you can always visit me and come get updates at darnellmorris.com or OnlyFans. I'll be showing feet. And I just painted like Bullseye?
The Daredevil's. Yeah.
I painted that around my asshole, so I'm on OnlyFans, just for a little extra cash.
Andy, you have anything?
Yeah, just found out July 25th, Thursday, McGuire's is I'm in the Laugh Off this year.
Nice.
Woo. So please come. Please. This one's different.
Two contest winners right
I'll
here.
be funny. I'll be funny this time.
I'll send my invitations out to the client.
July 25th, McGuire's. Check out my page. I don't have the promo yet, but I'll be.
Is your hair going to be combed for that show, or?
It's not now.
Jesus.
I didn't look.
It looks like a meth addict that just rolled out of a shit store. It looks like a meth addict storm chaser.
Yeah.
He totally nailed you.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what I was selling.
There it is.
I'm glad you're
all right, so go to govs.com and tell them that you want to see Andy.
Please put
July
my
25th.
name in the customer comments. Please.
Go to govs.com to check out their full schedule, what they got going on. Some of the comedians you'll see on a governor's stage this weekend. Eric D'Alessandro is here this weekend in the main club. Modi will be here in here on Monday. John Butera this weekend. Mike Keegan, Carla Okerson, Nick Callis, Rob Falcone, Billy Geyer, Fat Jay. Don't forget Mike Keegan and friends.
I thought he was going to say Fat Joe. I was like, really?
Yeah, imagine.
That's different.
No, it's Fat Jay, and that's tomorrow night at the brokerage. Tonight is the Mike and Carla at the brokerage.
Right, with Sheba Mason and Hugh Van Well, a bunch of other great comedians. Don't forget, Gov's Comedy Club podcast presents Mike Pachetti and Friends. That's July 19th. Greg and Rob, Tony Landolfi, and Irene Bremis is on that show. Don't forget Chris Monty, July 12th, playing the Giga Room. Then the very next night, July 13th, Chris will be at the brokerage. Thursday, August 8th. Don't forget Mark David Hirschman playing right here at Governor's in the main room. I'll be doing 5 minutes on that show as well.
Wrong way.
September 27th, come see Knockem Dead Comedy. We're doing an audience interactive, hilarious murder mystery show at the brokerage. The very next night, we'll be right here in the Giga Room doing our Triple X Trivia Night. It's a fun game show.
It's like he's having a stroke.
Yeah, we're used to it.
This is so many today.
October 5th, the Down and Outs, featuring Claudia Sherman, Gretchen Comer, Nancy Parker is on that show as well.
Why don't you just run the list down to January?
Well, these are all shows that I'm connected with, so except for this one. Don't forget Nikki Glazer's second HBO special, Someday You'll Die, now streaming on Max. Go check that out as well. All right. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, find out what we got cooking, and don't forget, I just shut my mic off. And don't forget.
That'll be all, folks. That's all.
It's still not. And don't forget. Wow. And don't forget.
You want me to run the board? I'm in broadcasting.
Govs.com to check out the full schedule, what they got going on. All right. With that, so we're out of here. Today is Friday. Oh, Donversations tonight with Don Sill. Where is he? Don Sill, right there. He's interviewing Dave Landau tonight. Great comedian, Dave Landau.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, pal. This was a lot of fun. Good to see you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you Monday. Frank Kafora and his band Seconds Out will be in here with us on Monday. The whole band, I believe, will be in here. So that'll be fun. All right, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
Peace.